We are grateful to our sponsors, Kelly Stafford with Stafford Tree Service, and also Black Cow Cow Manure. If you need your trees trimmed locally, remember Stafford Tree Service at staffordtreesvc.com. And please visit Black Cow Cow Manure, that's K-O-W. Remember, both of the contact details are in the description below. Mangoes. Everybody seems to love mangoes. Magnifera indica. And of course, when I say indica, you think of India. And we have a lot of our fans are not only in England and Great Britain, but we have a lot of fan base in India and countries nearby there. India is actually the largest grower of mangoes. It originated there about 4,000 years ago. There's history too. Today we see a lot of them grown in Mexico. They're also grown in Thailand and many other parts that are warm. It must require warmth because it doesn't take cold very well. If you're getting frost and freezing, mangoes, you'll have to probably grow it in a greenhouse situation. Now there are some small varieties. There's one called ice cream, which I'm somewhat interested in. This is not it, but some mangoes will grow to be 50, 60. There's been reports of one growing to 100 feet tall. So that's a little bigger than you want in your average landscape. I saw one miniature variety they say will stay to be about 6 to 8 feet. And that's more what I was thinking about if I do decide to grow one in the future. We'll see. Mangoes have this wonderful fragrance. If you've never tasted a mango, you're in for a treat because they taste kind of sugary, they're kind of sweet, and often they'll come out with a green skin. Some stay green skins. Others will get kind of a yellow hue. Some get kind of a reddish hue. You can see this is kind of getting a reddish hue to it as it's near, I would say as soft as this is. It's probably ready for cuttings. We may do that just here in a few minutes to show you what the mango looks like inside. Today we're going with more and more varieties that are less stringy. There used to be a variety grown in Florida called turpentine. Why? Because it was stringy and it tasted kind of like turpentine. Yeah, that would never really caught on real big. But there's varieties like Tommy Atkins, there's Kent. There are a lot of big varieties that people use. And today a lot of people are looking for some of the dwarf varieties because they're looking for something that will stay 6, 8, 10, 12 feet tall. Maybe you could keep in a container and maybe you could protect on those rare times when you get a frost or freeze. You know, weather is always hard to say what's going to happen. But I would say you need 6 hours of bright sun a day at least. You want to improve the soil. We talked about that almost every time, the peat-cow connection, improving that soil, making that $20 hole for your $40 tree. And if you do that, you normally start off with a good start. It does have a nice flat seed in there. Now we can show you what it looks like here in just a second. And through the magic of television, the lovely Mrs. GT cut apart our mango. And you can see we've got 2 halves. The seed takes up a big part of the fruit. Luckily for us, the fruit is really quite tasty inside. Yes, you do have the outer skin, which you probably won't eat. And you could scoop this out and get more of this inner part out. And you can cut off the part around the seed that'll have some of the pulp. All of that can be eaten. Now, the seed is a real long flat seed, which takes up almost probably half of the fruit inside. You go, well, that's a lot of work. Is it worth it? Once you taste the mango, you'll understand why so many people love it. Talking to some of my friends who are from India, and they always go, we love our mangoes. Why? Because they're sugary, they're sweet, they're full of vitamins. You can almost just see the health coming off of a mango. And the taste, a lot of people prefer it to ice cream because it's great. Now I know some people out there going, ice cream? How could you possibly, say it's better than ice cream? Well, you could take this and put it in with some mixture and freeze it, and you can have your own little kind of ice cream mango parfait if you wish. It could be done. Mangoes, good looking tree, probably plant it where it has a lot of room. I'd give it probably 40, 50 feet between one mango and another because it's going to spread that far. It has a big height. If I were planting one in a small yard, I'd get one of the dwarf varieties, because how many of us need a 50-foot, 80-foot, or 100-foot tree? Most of us don't have enough room for it. But if you do, and I've seen them at least 50, 60 feet right here in Florida, gosh, how do you harvest when they get up that high? They'll have nice long blooms, catkins if you will, and they make a real nice looking tree. I would have them in protected areas. They will not take a freeze very well, so you might want to have it, if you're in a cold area, I'd consider growing this fruit tree in a protected greenhouse. Mangoes, a good choice for everybody, and especially if you are from India and you love this, you grew up with them, you probably want a couple of them in your backyard. Once again, we want to thank all of you for telling your neighbors and friends about our show, and more importantly, say, hey, subscribe to that GT guy, that Mr. Greenthumb guy, because he needs it and we like him. So once again, thank you for watching.